Congratulations on getting engaged. Now you have a wedding to plan. Today's video is all about the first steps of wedding planning. So let's get into the video, shall we? Wedding planning starts with deciding what kind of wedding you and your fiancé want. Do you want a wedding with your friends and family? Or do you want to keep it small and intimate? You and your groom need to be on the same page from step 1. I knew I wanted a wedding with our friends and family. However, we seriously considered eloping. But do you know one of the absolute most important things about wedding planning? It's all about the bride. You deserve the wedding of your dreams. The next step in the wedding planning process is to figure out what is most important to you. I know that seems like way too big of a task, but let's break it down. What is more important to you, the venue or the date? If the venue is more important, you need to figure out their availability. Is there some place or something that you have always dreamt of having at your wedding? Such as a certain vendor, bakery, florist, etc. If so, you need to figure out their availability. For some, the date is more important than the venue or any vendors. That was the case for my now husband and I. After getting engaged, we started looking at venues. I felt so overwhelmed with the process. People kept asking us over and over. When's the wedding? Have you set a date? You've probably been asked that question 1,000,000 times already. Some people plan their wedding date around their venue's availability. However, we realized the date was most important to us. Once we picked a date, it made looking for a venue and vendors way easier. Some people pick a random date. For us, we went through each month to see if and when there were birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, etc. Thankfully, we found one month that had no significance to any family member. Then we picked a weekend. And, just like that, we had our date. Before going any further, a major step in wedding planning is figuring out your budget. I know that doesn't sound fun, but it is important. Once your budget is set, you can move on. If you set your date before picking a venue, then your next step is to find your venue. Venues aren't always easy to find. Now would be a good time to figure an estimate of how many people you would want to invite. You want to be sure to pick a venue that has enough room for your guests. You don't need to know the exact amount of people, just a rough estimate. Determine what is most important to you when choosing a venue. Is it the looks, the convenience, etc.? Make sure you pick a venue because you love it, and not because it's someone else's pick. Some people have more than one venue. We had our ceremony at one place, and our reception at another. Just don't forget to keep your budget in mind. Be sure to read all of the fine print when choosing your venue. You want to know for certain what you are agreeing to before you sign or pay anything. Once you have booked your venue, you can start looking at vendors. Most vendors will charge extra if they have to travel. So if you want to save money and not stress yourself out, try to get vendors that are close to your venue. When choosing vendors that are going to be at the venue or deliver to the venue, ask if they have been to the venue first. The last thing you want on your wedding day is to have to track down a lost vendor. Believe me, it's extremely stressful. Our videographer got lost on our wedding day. It pushed our entire wedding back about 20 minutes. The last thing we're going to talk about in this video is your wedding vision. It's important to figure out early on what your vision is for your wedding. Basically, what's your theme? Are you going for classy and elegant, royal, country, boho, movie-themed, book-themed, etc.? It will help you in the long run if you figure it out early. It took me way too long to decide on one specific theme for our wedding. I originally wanted a combination of several themes, and my wedding was almost a train wreck. I know wedding planning can be a lot, and it can be extremely stressful. But no matter what, always remember to breathe. Wedding planning can be fun, so don't forget to enjoy it. If you want more bridal tips and tricks, be sure to subscribe. If you subscribe, you can set up notifications so that you'll never miss a video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section. I would love to answer them. Until next time, happy wedding planning.